right, we gotta talk about this one though.
Yeah.
This is an R&B classic. I don't give a fuck what no one say. And she dropped one fucking
Yeah.
album and shit.
Facts.
I act like Lauryn Hill was the only one to drop one album and bounce and shit.
Mm. And
No, like I said,
Groove Theory.
I love Lauryn. You said what?
Groove Theory.
Group Theory's another one.
Yeah.
Who was that other? Lucy Pearl.
Yeah. Lucy Pro, right.
Even though, even though technically they were a supergroup, technically. Um, hell, Phaso. All my
Damn.
Ohio players, y'all should know.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do the top R&B one album wonders and shit, because there's a lot of R&B cats. Hell, if you don't count the unreleased album, Horace Brown and shit.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
talk about
true.
him.
Oh yeah, right. Motown album.
I actually met Horace Brown months ago. Very very solid brother, man.
Nice.
Matter of fact, I think I need to drop the picture on my Facebook. I don't think I dropped the picture because he's short. He's shorter than I thought he was going to be. To be
Is
honest
he?
with you. Yeah.
His short ass was not afraid to taste your love.
Linkin Park, we can count them as hip hop too. Oh, they rap metal. Okay.
Like yeah, new metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a share to the hip hop wars too. I don't give a fuck. Who else? A lot of cats dropped one album and bounced.
Mm-hmm. Chia Lee.
I was talking R&B, but yeah, Chia Lee definitely.
Oh yeah. Society of Soul. Remember the album?
I remember them.
Yes.
What's that cat's name? Oh my god, he was big in the '80s. Oh, I can't think right now. Fuck it. Ooh, my lasagna smelling so good. Oh my god. I was just like, "Where the fuck you at, nigga?"
I know. I was dealing with shit, man.
Oh shit. But it's best now. I was making it now
Right.
than waiting until like 1 a.m. and make that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I wasn't gonna wait that long to jump on it. So
shout out to Coogee. He's also a big Linkin Park fan too.
we should have had Cool G on with us.
He be fucking working. I gotta ask him when he's free.
It's been a minute since he was on here.
I know, man. He's married too. He's working and shit. He's wrestling when he's not doing all that. He's wrestling and shit.
He's wrestling.
Yeah, Coogee wrestles, man.
You told me he was a film director.
He directs films. He acts. He wrestles. He does a lot. What? He wrestles.
Yo, Cool G is funny, man.
I actually saw him wrestle one time.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Yeah, I think I saw him wrestle one time.
So is he making it to the WWE?
You gotta ask him. I don't. You know, I'm not a big wrestling fanatic like that and shit. Like I don't know WWE, WWF, all these shits. All I know about wrestling.
SmackDown.
All I know about wrestling is Vince McMahon. That's all I know.
He's not a part of it no more.
Oh yeah, I figured that. Yeah, because Vince was too busy playing around and shit like that. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, for real. That nigga was so crazy.
Yeah. The White Diddy.
The White Diddy.
Romeo, what's happening? Classic tonight. Album was my life for a few years. The Hybrid Theory EP was great too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday we're gonna minus the new album because we're gonna talk about a new album sometime next week. But every Wednesday, probably up until late January, it's gonna be Linkin Park.
Nice.
And Linkin Park Wednesdays. What else? So Cube's dropping his new album and shit like that. He did an interview where he praised Kendrick Lamar and shit.
Is that I saw the interview he did with Bootleg Kev. That one.
You said Bootleg Kev?
He was, talking about He was talking about the Dre and Cube album that never came out, and you know, they asked him about Mac 10 and stuff like that.
Mm, back motherfucking 10.
Mm.
Who banging? I'm gonna start in about 5 minutes. Oh, I know they ain't taking episodes out of YouTube. Y'all can kiss my ass. Midnights to Min Minutes to Midnight is my favorite Linkin Park album. That was a dope album too. Because that's the first time they had Rick Rubin. Oh yeah, I forgot Rick Rubin did some shit, Linkin Park too.
Mm.
Rick Rubin did a lot of shit for people. People forget him.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yes, I want this episode. Oh, I'm getting ready for the next sitcom retrospective and shit. I was literally getting ready for that shit.
Hmm.
Next year, I got some experimental shit I'm working on. Me and Mike and I have a few projects going on we're working on.
Right.
What's up, TT? Remember last week you was talking about the Boondocks? Well, I just came across how the show would have looked if it came. Yeah, I saw that shit. I saw that shit a couple times and stuff. Yeah, appreciate the love for the Boondocks review. Um, Something else I was going to say. Why do I always do this shit? So Denzel Washington is going to be in Black Panther 3. And he's talking about that's going to be one of his last movies before he retires and shit.
I mean, what?
I don't know. I didn't think they would make a Black Panther 3, to be real with you, but I was never a big fan of it. Give me like one quick second. I'm right back.
Mhm.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay. Everything's done.
Yeah, your lasagna burning.
Nah, I burnt the collard greens up a little bit, but it's still gonna be good. Q said, I don't know about this new Linkin Park singer. I heard she's getting a lot of backlash. I gotta hear this thing because a lot of people say she sucks though.
Uh, it's just gonna take some time to get used to. That's all. She's not like a well-known female singer coming into a well-known band like that. So
Right.
you know,
Well, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
What's going?
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of our Rock Review. It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying the building with me. I was trying to find a good rock album for the anniversary, but nothing really caught my attention, so I just went back to my hip hop bag. I'm not really a big fan of this artist, but I do like this album. It is Logic with the Incredible True Story. This album came out November 13, 2015 on Visionary, which was under Def Jam Records. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy because Logic did an interview where he said his next album, he's going to make some Playboy Cardi ignorant kind of music because he's like, his conscious music is not paying the bills, but we'll talk about that.
This was
So you
released
guys
here.
should know,
A white boy trying to sound like Playboy Cardi.
right?
God,
Well, excuse me, mixed. Excuse me,
no mix. A biracial
biracial.
rapper trying to sound like
Yeah, Logic has to say that in every one of his fucking songs and shit. Like, come on, man. Okay, we can get it. You're biracial.
like.
All right. Now, granted, I do like Logic's music, but sometimes his interviews be kind of cringy. You know what I'm saying? This is like his second studio album. I think this came out like 1 year after Under Pressure, which I feel like that was a cool album. You know what I'm saying? It was a bit Good Kid, Mad City-ish in some parts, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like he definitely stepped his game up with The Incredibles True Story. You know what I'm saying? This album was known for singles like Young Jesus, Like Whoa, and Fade Away. I remember when Like Whoa came out. I love that record and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? He went to his more like this was like a concept album in a way. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much tells a story about these three friends who was on their way to their own paradise and stuff like that too. And they use the album as like their key to like life and shit like that too, with life journeys and shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you guys know I love me a good concept album and shit. And I feel like after Good Kid, Mad City, a lot of rappers really wanted to get more into that concept albums and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And this might be my favorite Logic album, to be real with you, and possibly one of his last great albums next to the Final Days record and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which I'll get more into that in a minute. But I love songs like "I Am the Greatest," "Lord of Willin." That was a cool song. Like "Whoa," like I mentioned, was pretty cool. "Stainless" was dope too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just let you know, Logic did a lot of his beats too. He did have some help in some parts, but majority of this album he did produce. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I mean, this definitely was a very dope album. What I call it a classic. I'm gonna be real with you, and this is a hot take. I don't really feel like any of Logic's albums could be considered classics,
Mm.
but that does not mean he has great albums too. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to his work, I don't really feel like it's groundbreaking, but it's good music,
Mhm.
and that's all that matters and shit like that too. And like I said before, I always feel like this is his last great album because the Everybody album was cool. I liked it, but it was a bit overhyped, and that was when that whole 1-800 Suicide song came out, which that was a big song, and I loved the video too. But it's just like that's when he got more and more preachy after that song, and then when he did the Vinyl Days album, I'm just like, okay, Vinyl Days, yes, he came back. That was like his last album on Def Jam, and he made it seem like, oh, that's gonna be my final album. You all know the stupid gag. Oh, I want to fucking retire. I'ma go all out. But then when the album gets like a lot of acclaim and commercial success, maybe I should come back and shit like that. And then he came out with that whack ass College Park album in 2023, and I didn't care for Ultra 85 either. To be real with you, I'm just like, to me, Logic, give me mixtape Logic like the Sinatra, Young Sinatra, Bobby Tarantino from 2016. Um, Under Pressure from 2014, The Incredible True Story, and Vinyl Days. Give me those projects. Anything else, I'm sorry. And the fact that he's not going to do this trap shit now, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. But How did you get into this album and what do you think?
I didn't hear that one. I heard Bobby Tarantino, that mixtape, and Young Sinatra, and everybody album I heard. I think after the Suicide Song came out, like when he did the performance on the VMAs, that's when I heard the album after. It was very commercial. Um, Vinyl Days is probably his best album to me. That was like his hip hop album. Like he had Primo on there, the RZA, um, College Park. I heard last year when that came out. It was alright, but yeah, I want to say like Vinyl Days and Everybody for like two different audiences was his best stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the other shit that he had, the mixtapes is just like the production all sound the same. You know what I'm saying? And I know he was like doing the production, but yeah, it was nothing different on those mixtapes.
Right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I
man.
didn't hear that. I didn't hear that one that you got though.
Yeah, man. Production wise, he went for that more dreamy, neo psychedelic kind of feel with the production.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A little boom bap here and there, but not boom bap. If that makes sense. It's like Logic was finding his own style with this one. You know what I'm saying? 2015 was such a great year for hip hop. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
A lot of gems came out 2015. But yeah, now time for the main event. We've been we've been talking about this for a minute, but we're gonna finally talk about Linkin Park's album, full length album reviews. Because we did a whole discography breakdown. I think like last year, the year before last, one of them shits.
Hmm.
Just a little disclaimer: we are actually going to also talk about the Collision Course album with Jay Z, but that might not just be a review. That just might be like a stop and go kind of video and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a mashup album, and a lot of those songs we're going to talk about. The Linkin Park song, we're going to talk about the Jay songs and shit like that too. Also, too, if you guys expect a review on a new album, stay tuned on that for next week, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So let's take it to the beginning with Hybrid Theory. Hybrid Theory came out October 24th, 2000 on Warner Brothers Records. Linkin Park in this lineup consists of members Chester Bennington on lead vocals, Rob Burden on drums, Brad Delson on guitars, Joe Hahn on turntables, synthesizers, Mike Shinoda keyboards, co-rapping, um, and Dave Phoenix Farrell on bass. You know what I'm saying? And singles include One Step Closer, Crawling, Paper Cut, and In the End. You know what I'm saying? Producers include Don Gilmore. So yes, like I mentioned to y'all before, we've already did a discography breakdown on them, so we're not really gonna get to how we got into their music. We're just gonna jump right straight to it. Fuck it. So you guys should know that Linkin Park formed in 1996, and they were originally known as a rap rock band called Zarro. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but fuck it. And the original lead vocals was like Mark Wakefield. Mark Wakefield, he actually left, and that's when Chester joined the group and everything like that too. And they renamed the band from Zero to Hybrid Theory, wink wink. And that pretty much led them the attention to Jeff Blue, who was the vice president of A&R and stuff like that too. And he heard some of the demos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he liked what he heard. He got them a fucking deal. And so they actually released their self-titled EP and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But they actually got into some controversy because there was already an electronic music group by the name of Hybrid and stuff like that too. So in order to like get rid of the copyright issues, they changed the name to what we know now what we now know them today as Linkin Park and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And so pretty much, you know what I'm saying, they pretty much recorded this most of this album like 1999 and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of major labels and indie labels turned them down, and that's when they signed to Warner Brothers Records and stuff like that too. And they signed to Warner Brothers Records. They reworked some of the album and shit, and that's how the album really came out. Came out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is the album cover right here. Very, very, very dope album cover. It kind of reminds me of some. I can see like Rage Against the Machine doing an album cover like this, or if you just get one of them old video games from like the 2000s
Right.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They had like those wartime video games like Call of Duty, Halo. It gave me some of them vibes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Fire, fire, fire. Like I said, we both don't have the album.
No.
I don't have no Linkin Park albums as of now. I mean,
I have three.
and I'm gonna be. You said what?
I have three.
Facts, facts. And yeah, I've always been a fan of Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying? But you
Mm-hmm.
guys should know when it comes to like rock music and metal music in like the late '90s and 2000s, a lot of the motherfuckers is kind of hit or miss for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I do like cats like Rage Against the Machine, of course. Corn, their
Mm-hmm.
first two albums was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like just on top of my, I'm just thinking on top of my head and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Upper
But
Roach, POD.
see, I never heard Papa Roach like
No,
that.
are you into them? Limp Bizkit.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. I never fuck with them biscuits
Oh
and
man.
shit. And that's like one of them. That's like one of the main reasons I don't like rock music from that period. Cause Limp Bizkit, that whole new metal, like new metal is like a very hit or miss genre for me. But Linkin Park, they were like the best when it came to new metal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like when people call Rage Against the Machine new metal, in my opinion, because they
Man.
were traditional heavy metal, rap rock. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, Kid Rock. Don't even get me started on him. Don't even get me started on Kid Rock and shit. That bong da da bong.
that
Never liked, never liked
was
his
that
music.
was big when that came out.
It was big, yeah, but yeah, I just now granted he did have some okay songs in the 2000s, but that my name is Kid Out. I was like, nah.
That was fire.
Mind you,
I heard the album. I'm like, hey, we didn't get all of that on that album though. He had like some country shit on there, and
yeah, it's like it's all over the fucking place. Like, mind you, this nigga started off as a rapper
mm-hmm.
and shit like that. Like, then all of a sudden niggas want to listen to him because like Vanilla Ice just ruined it for white rappers and shit. Unless your name was not the Beastie Boys. And that's when he just jumped from country to pop to bluegrass. It's like I don't even know what that's like, but that's besides the point. Fuck it. All right, so we're gonna talk about this album and shit like that too. Let me X all this logic shit out, cause yeah. All right, so this album we're gonna talk about the OG version. This album has 12 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up my motherfucking notes. Phone's at 41%. That's what I like to see. All right. First track is called Paper Cut. Nice way to kick off the album. You know what I'm saying? This is like a favorite among the group and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Nice way, nice combination of instrumentation, heavy as fuck, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Even though this one was not really officially a single, it did manage to find some success here and there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this track right here was fire. I like this track. I like the way they started off with a lot of dope guitar work. So yeah.
Yeah. Mike Shinoda, he was like the rapper in the group, and he had his first verse. He was rapping. Why does it feel like night today? Something in here is not right today. Why am I so uptight today? Paranoia is all I got left, and I don't know what stressed me first. So usually, like at this time, like you would have like Mike do some raps, and then Chester would come in with his vocals, or vice versa, where Chester would start the song, and then Mike would be on the chorus, or you would have a rap, at some point during the song. So I like the way that they started it off with Mike first and then Chester.
Give me 1 second. But yeah, definitely the combination between those two
Hmm.
definitely screams like a lot of the best combinations in a lot of rock groups at that time, from like what's his name, Lane Stately and Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. Their chemistry kind
Yeah,
of reminds me of them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this one was a very dope track. Next track we got is what's that show? One Step Closer. One of my all-time favorite songs that they've done and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Damn, one of my all-time favorite tracks. A nice combination of rap metal and the rap rock and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Chester definitely killed it with this song right here too. One thing I got from this song is like everybody wants your attention. Everybody wants to get something from you, and you just want to definitely take a moment. Let me put this on vibrate. Take a moment just to breathe and stuff like that too. You just want to scream sometimes. You just want to like let loose sometimes and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
that chorus,
You said what?
the chorus that with Chester.
Yeah, I love that chorus too. Mm.
Everything you say to me, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Like their choruses, that was like another thing that drew me into their music because like when you hear like their choruses for these songs, and Chester's voice was just unique. That at that time, like you didn't have a lot of bands that sounded like that and had the type of familiar choruses that they had, and the songs just come together with the chorus, and then they had the melodies as well, and they had a lot of great songs with memorable choruses. That this was like definitely one of them, and Chester killed it. He was great on this, and it's a classic record for me.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? Um, there was an interview Chester did with Kerrang magazine where they actually had a guy. The band was fighting for this song to be on the album because the producer Don Gilmore
Mm.
didn't like the lyrics of the song and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he just felt like it was a bit too much and shit like that. But he actually caved in and everything like that too, and the song became the classic that it is today.
Yeah,
All right. So yeah, next track is called "With You." Another dope track right here. Um, a lot of people look at this song as like one of the more rap rock songs on this fucking album and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually a love song to well, not like a love song, but just a tribute to an old band, Chester's old band called Grey Days and stuff like that too. Um, it's kind of interesting too because they actually worked with the Dust Brothers and everything like that too when they were working on this record right here and shit like that. And if you guys know about the Dust Brothers, they were the cats that was responsible for the Beastie Boys' Paul's Boutique album, very dope album by the way. So yeah, which I didn't know about that shit too. That's crazy.
yeah, this was great. Again, you got Mike starting things off, and he's saying, "I woke up in a dream today to the cold of the static and put my cold feet on the floor. Forgot about yesterday, remembering I'm pretending to be who I'm not anymore." And really deep and personal lyrics, and of course Chester is on the chorus, and he did his thing on that, and really like this joint.
Yeah, I definitely love this joint too. All right, next track is called Point of Authority. You know what I'm saying? Very dope track again. This one it takes on a topic of abusive relationships and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much how motherfuckers always want to control and control and just take over the fucking relationship, and then they end up physically harming one person. Um, it's kind of crazy because what's his name? What's his name? Shinoda. What's his name? Mike Shinoda. He
Mm-hmm.
was inspired by Black Thought when it came to like that intro scat and that scat in the intro, and he was a huge fan of the Illadev Half Life album from the Roots, which is again a classic album. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
this is exactly why Linkin Park is always respected in the hip hop game. Way before they did shit with Jay-Z and shit, they always showed love to a lot of the rap groups at the time that came before them, like Run DMC, Public
Mm-hmm.
Enemy, Roots, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas all with the hip hop crowd is like they only know them for the Collision Chorus mashup album, and then that's pretty much it. You
Right.
know?
Uh huh. That was like their hip hop album. You know.
Right.
Um. Yeah, this was a great song. Again, like a catchy chorus by Chester, and Mike did his thing with the raps, and that was their formula. Like their formula, it changed over time. But I think like for the early Linkin Park, like just having being that Mike couldn't really sing, so you're gonna have Chester, who's a vocalist, on lead vocals, and then or do the chorus, and then Mike would come in with his raps, and I think it was a great combination that they had for this song too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Is and this has been used in a lot of video games, like DJ Hero 2 used it too. So this definitely has like that cult following and everything like that too. And yeah, man, a classic song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Track number 5 we got is called "Crawling." Now this is a song that actually got the group a Grammy Award for Best Hard Rock Performance. You know what I like to do? I like to look at the other nominees, but I'm gonna give out my thoughts first on this part on this song. You know what I'm saying? So "Crawling" is pretty much, talking about drug abuse and just the side effects from taking meth. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely when we want to talk about Lincoln Park, we want to definitely talk about some heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is definitely where Chester always comes out the strongest when he just dives deep inside that personal angst and shit like that. Too, you know what I'm saying?
uh
The music video is also pretty great too. You know what
mhm.
I'm saying? Very, very dark, especially for that time and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. One of my all-time favorite tracks again from this album.
Classic record. There's a video for this as well, and this was like one of the first songs I heard from them. With it's like a build up to where like it starts off melodic, and then when Chester comes in, it's like all hell breaks loose, and that they did that a lot for their songs where it was like the calm before the storm, where things are settled. You hear very minimal instruments, and then the minute Chester comes in with the chorus, you know they just break out into like the guitars and the hard drums, and this was a great song, and I loved it. One of Chester's to me one of his best vocals.
Yeah, Chester definitely ate this song. All right, so like again before, we just won the best hard rock performance in the 2002 Grammy Awards. Other nominees include Alien Ant Farm with their cover of Michael Jackson's "Smooth Criminal."
That was
Dope
good.
cover.
I like
That
that.
was very. Remember when they went to the BET Awards 2003 and they performed on the rooftop and shit, like the
I don't
pre-show?
remember that. I
Oh
know.
man,
I don't remember that one. At the BT, was
that
it
was,
that? Wow,
yes. I was like,
that's
oh,
crazy.
they covered Michael Jackson. They thought they invaded the cookout and shit. Okay, shit.
And then they had Fallout Boy did a lot of covers too.
I never liked Fallout Boy.
I know. I wasn't a huge one. I like some of their stuff. I wasn't like a big fan of this.
Yeah. Then you had POD with
Yeah,
Alive.
that was
They were
good.
like the Christian new metal group.
Yeah.
Wait, there's actually a Christian new metal group. Okay,
Hmm.
that's nice. Um, Rage Against the Machine with their cover of Renegades of Funk from the what's the album? Damn, the cover album they came out with. Hold
Renegades.
on, Renegades. Yes,
Yeah, I didn't like that covers album though.
it was it was decent. You know what I'm
You have
saying? I
to be
mean,
like a real diehard fan to enjoy that one. I mean, because they covered classics like the Cypress Hill joint. I'm like, this is not it.
you didn't like that cover? I actually like that
No,
cover.
I didn't. Now it don't sound nothing like they covers. They sound nothing like the actual songs. You know what I'm
To me,
saying?
yeah, I mean, to me, I actually compare that covers album to David Bowie's Pinups because that covers album Rage showed their hip hop influence the same way Pinups from David Bowie showed his glam influences and stuff like that too. But I get what you're saying. It's an acquired taste for a lot of people. And then you have this group called Saliva called
Right.
Your Disease, which I never heard
Uh-huh.
of this group. Yeah, they picked the right choice with Linkin Park. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for real.
Track number 6, we got Runaway. Oh man, Runaway. What I say about this track? This might be Chester's best vocal moment on the entire album, in my opinion. And
Uh-huh.
it has that classic set of that slow build up. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That do 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 do. Then all of a sudden, everyone just starts screaming. It's chaos towards the end and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much song about being tortured by society and how
Right.
people will not be get you and shit like that too. I love the line where Chester says, "Graffiti decorations under a sky of dust, a constant wave of tension on top of broken trust.
Hmm.
The lesson that you taught me, I learned were never true." You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy too because it's like when you're a teenager, sometimes it's just like you're seeing the world for different kind of eyes, and then your parents or somebody that's watching wants to guide and protect you and
Hmm.
everything like that too. So they can tell the kid lies just to think that they're protecting them and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just to be upfront with me. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I definitely love the message in the song, and Chester on the chorus. I want to run away, never say goodbye. I want to know the truth instead of wondering why. I want to know the answers, no more lies. I want to shut the door and open up my mind. So just in the chorus alone, like there's a message in that, despite the other vocals on the song. But this was a good one. Definitely underrated track on this album to me.
Definitely an underrated track. Um, Q said that was actually at an MTV Awards. Oh wow, I thought it was BET Awards, but ooh, I know it was a Viacom
Because
Awards.
I
So
don't
whatever.
remember them at the BT Awards.
I guess the guy motherfucker I got it from gave me the wrong information, but okay, that's nice.
I was
Um,
like, why would they do?
I next track we got after Runaway is called By Myself. Another favorite track of mine. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wish this was a single to be real with you.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So this song we have Chester and Mike talking about how well no matter how many good you try to do, sometimes it always backfires and
Hmm.
it will come to haunt them in the future and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So this one was definitely a very, very, very heavy, another heavy track as well too. Originally, it was supposed to be called "Sad," and I think this was like one of the early demos and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was pretty great. I love this one.
Yeah, this was dope. Beat was fire, and you had Mike Shinoda saying, what do I do to ignore them behind me? Do I follow my instincts blindly? Do I hide my pride from these bad dreams and give in to thoughts that we are maddening? Do I sit here and try to stand it, or do I try to catch them red-handed? So, definitely loved Mike's raps on this, as he started out with a rap on here, and then of course Chester comes in on the chorus, and then they have both Chester and Mike on the bridge, and this was fire. Definitely, yeah, I could definitely see this as a single.
Agree. Uh, All right, next track we got is in the end. To many people, this might be their signature track, and I think this might have been the first Linkin Park song that I've actually heard in lifetime and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This one, if you want to clear analysis on who Chester is, listen to this fucking track. I hear stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Try
Because
so hard to risk it all.
right,
That's my joint.
definitely.
That's my joint. Definitely.
And surprisingly, this was the last single off the album. I always thought this was like the first or second single. I don't know why I
Yeah,
thought it
because
was.
we heard it like generally we heard it like first before everything else.
Right.
You know.
Um, yeah, man, it's definitely like one of their most popular songs, and it's actually their highest charting song in the U.S. So that should tell you something.
That
Tragically, on a sadder note, a couple months after the song was released, there was this teenager by the name of Charles Andrew Williams who killed two of his classmates, and he left a note for his father with the lyrics talking about the lyrics like "I tried so hard, I got so far, but and it doesn't really matter" and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, but then you know how these people want to say, "Oh well,
they blamed
he
it on
if
Linkin Park.
yeah, want to blame it on like stupid shit."
What was the kid? There was a kid that did something and he blamed on Eminem's lyrics.
That has been going on for years and shit. Eminem went through that shit. Ozzy
Mm-hmm.
went through that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Judas Priest, ACDC, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But then people want to automatically say, well, if you listen to R. Kelly's music, you're gonna be a pedophile and
Oh,
shit
come
like that.
on, man. We knew about. Listen, I know about R. Kelly doing that to young women since I was a teenager. That was nothing, and nobody did shit about it. When he married Aaliyah, nobody did shit about it. We already knew, and
Right,
I still went out and saw him in concert. I still bought his album. So niggas know right from wrong. I don't that whole thing about you go out there. If you go out there right now and kill some and shoot somebody, and then blame it on Eminem told me to do it. That's not gonna fly in court because Eminem's not the one going to jail. It's gonna be your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in like they try to get Gunna and who was it? Who was the other dude? It was Gunna and somebody else.
Thug,
Yeah,
Thug.
for their lyrics. We already went through this. Like Uncle Luke, Luther Campbell from Two Live Crew. He already won a case for censorship and trying to censor the artists. So that shit is not gonna fly in court. You know, um, I don't think it's up to the artist. Like if they choose to say what they want, that's just what it is. They can choose to be a role model, or they can choose to not do that and say whatever the hell they want to say. But you as the
Right.
listener should know better. The you know regardless of what artist you're listening to. So if I listen to a Black Sabbath album, I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm not gonna blame Ozzy Osbourne for my actions. You know what I'm saying? And they did that a lot during the '90s, where Tupac was getting blamed for shit and Eminem was getting blamed for shit. It's not on the artist, man. It's up to the listener and how that listener was raised. And I think this was a great song. Definitely a classic. One of my favorite Linkin Park songs all time. You know, again, like Chester vocals on the chorus was memorable, and that's how we remembered a lot of these songs. It's the chorus. The chorus means a lot. We don't have choruses and hooks in songs no more. But back then, especially like for rock, when you had like a melodies and choruses, that's what drew you in. So um he was great. That's why he's a legend. Mike did his thing with the raps. Just a great, great beat as well. Really, the melody was really eerie too. It was like one of those. It sounded like almost like a horror film. Like the
Right.
melody for it was like, I could see that melody coming from like The Exorcist or something like that. But definitely a classic record.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Mm. Next track is called "A Place for My Head." Um, this track was cool. It wasn't one of my favorites on this record, to be real with you, but it definitely is. They definitely did a thing like playing this track right here and stuff like that too. Um, just talking about how sometimes having people relate to you, but then when you have people relate to you, they always have their own game. They're always on
Hmm.
their own personal game for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
this one was pretty cool. It wasn't one of my favorites though.
Yeah, definitely. Again, like Mike. I think Mike Shinoda is underrated as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because like even I did it even like listening to a lot of the Linkin Park stuff and hearing them rap. You don't really pay attention to him rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then when he stepped out on the zone with Fort Minor, I think I really like showcased and highlighted what he could do as an artist. And not having people overlook him for Chester. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like him and Chester worked well together in the band, and his songs was great.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. All right, next track we got is Forgotten. Um, I love this track. I love that smooth beat and everything like that. That emphasizes the bass a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is actually one of the first songs the band wrote. Originally called Rhinestone and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this one definitely is a nice track right here. I love that beat. That beat is so great that they doing.
Yeah, yeah, the beat was fire. The guitar arrangements on here was good too.
Right. All right. Next track is Cure for the Itch. This is actually the only song I think in the discography where it was actually performed by Joe, and it's like a traditional DJ track, but the way how they do it is it gives me Massive Attack feel, and you guys should know Massive Attack, that trip hop group and everything that dropped that album Blue Lines in 1991, which I know that's like a lot of people's favorite
Hmm.
and stuff like that. I'm more of a Protection fan from 1994, and the joint that came out in '98 was dope too. I think it's called Mezzanique, some shit like that. But yeah, it has like a very Massive Attack trip hop kind of feel to it. This is actually one of my favorite tracks on this album as well too, and probably next to DJ Premier and Deep Concentration, one of my favorite DJ tracks where the DJ just goes in.
Yeah, we never did the Massive Attack review. We're supposed to do that.
Honestly, I was trying to wait till I actually got some Massive Attack albums to be real with you, so I
Yeah.
put that on the back burner because a
Hmm.
lot of that albums are hard to come by. But if push comes to shove, then I'll just say fuck it
Right.
because I really only my favorite albums from them, like the first three albums, and even Tricky's first album was pretty dope too.
Right. Yeah. This played out. This was more like an interlude than anything. I mean, it was a hip hop beat and scratching on it, and no vocals, no raps. Even though it don't say interlude or skit, it was basically that's what it was.
Right. All
Yeah,
right. And the
Joseph is
last
dope. Joseph does like all their. Well, he used to do all their videos. I don't know if he still do. Joseph was dope.
yeah, definitely. And the last track on this album is called "Pushing Me Away." You know what I'm saying? Nice way to end off this album and stuff like that. It tells a story about a guy who's like only feeling pain when he sees a girl that he loves, but he questions if it's actually love or just again manipulation
Hmm.
and stuff like that to me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they perform this live, they always strip it down to like a more acoustic version and stuff like that too. So yeah, this one was a pretty dope track.
Everything falls apart. Even the people who never frown eventually break down. The sacrifice of hiding in the lie. Everything has to end. You'll soon find we're out of time. Left to watch it all unwind. The sacrifice is never known. I loved it. It was a great way to end the album off. You know, um, Chester did his thing on here, and Mike, and had a very hard beat on this one. Yeah, this was great. Another underrated track on here.
Definitely. Alright, and the last track on this album, I mean, yeah, that was the last track. Overall, classic album, a must have in your collection. You know what I'm saying? This might be another top rock album from 2000, if you ask me. I love like the raw, fast paced tone and energy when it came to this sound and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I think when I did the discography breakdown, I said this was like my second favorite album from them. Notoria is my favorite one. Spoiler alert.
And Meteora,
You said what?
Meteora.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man. But this one right here, must have in your collection. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5.
yeah, this was great. Production, the the combination of Mike Shinoda and Chester Bennington, vocally and rapping lyrically was great. The melodies, the choruses, the huge songs on here in the end and crawling and runaway, one step closer. So it's definitely 5 mics for me.
Definitely. All right. All right, it's about to be 1 a.m. and shit like that. I'm gonna stay on for like a few minutes because I gotta get ready for work in the morning. Um, TT said, "Sure, Macopia is probably the best hip hop album of 2024." And on Take Your Mask Off, that was either aimed at Drake or DJ Khaled. Yeah, that Tyler album slaps. I was bumping that shit a couple days ago again. Um, yeah, well, I don't know when we're gonna do the top hip hop albums of 2024 though, but that might be last week December because this year I don't know. It's like always the last couple months they always drop the best hip hop albums and shit. I don't know why. Ramir said classic album. The song and one should have been on the album in my opinion though. Yeah, definitely. Over here bumping Bloodstone right now. Were you ever a fan of that band Bloodstone?
No, never heard of them.
Really?
No, I never heard of them.
Oh, that's on Natural High. Take to the side of the natural high. You oh wow! I gotta stand.
Never heard of them.
If I play, you gonna be like, oh, you heard it somewhere.
Okay.
Like, but yeah, they were on that psychedelic soul kind of shit.
Yeah.
God damn, I hate these notifications. But yeah, man. What do you think of the Fallout Boy cover of "Beat It"? That's more Tri's question.
I like that. That was one of their better covers. The beat it joint and they had some good stuff. I like some of their stuff, not all of this. Not all of their stuff. There's some albums I listen to like Maniac. Um, Not Maniac. It was a Maniac. Uh, it was okay. It wasn't great.
Mm. All right.
And is
Rashawn,
it
what's up, buddy?
Bloodstone guy? Is it the Bloodstone band you hit me up with?
Yeah. Shit, man. Trying to get me this PS5 later on this year, man. Shit. But you know what's crazy?
Uh huh.
When I was going through my albums and shit,
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised how many bad albums I have on vinyl. Okay.
Really? You surprised? Really?
Yeah. 'Cause I thought I
How
have.
many bad albums you bought on CD?
I have to narrow down everything because I feel like with the vinyls, if I get a bad album on vinyl, I just sometimes I just get it because I just say, oh, I got it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's on CD, sometimes if it's a bad album on CD, they overprice that shit. Like Jay
Yeah.
Z's Blueprint 2. I
Come
ain't gonna
on.
pay no $12 for that
Yeah,
shit.
you bought that?
I never bought that,
You
but
never bought that?
never bought that
Did
because I
somebody buy
always,
it for you?
huh?
Do you have it?
No,
You never bought it.
never bought it.
You never wanted it.
I never wanted it, but if I see it for a good price, I'll just get it for my collection purposes.
Mm. Just
But if I
skip,
see if I see a Blueprint 2.1,
just
I'll just get it and shit.
just skip that. Just get the slim down version. What they call it, like blueprint 2.1 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Get that one. That was the better one. They had the better songs on there. Yeah, you're not missing much.
yeah. Because as far as Jay Z, the albums I got from Jay, I'm grateful I got it. You know what I'm saying? The only ones I'm missing that I'm not really in a rush to get are Blueprint 2, Kingdom Come,
Mm-mm,
Magna Carta,
mm-mm.
and
Just
that's probably those are it. I'm
I
not
unfortunately I got two of them. Blueprint
sure
Two
what.
actually was Blueprint Two was given to me by the label though. I didn't buy that. I did buy Kingdom Come, but it's not great.
I know
And
it's not great.
Magna Carta definitely not. Not buying that shit.
Mm. Like I said, I'm not when it comes to me, I'm not always in the rush to get bad albums, but if it's a rarity and I know can't find it anywhere else, I'm like, okay, fuck it.
Just take like your pile of crap and give it away. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's gonna miss China Doll and Blueprint Two and no Kingdom Come was trash. I don't know what you're talking about. But then again, you don't know shit, so why am I surprised? No, Kingdom Come was not a
See,
good comeback album. He should have just retired with Black Album, and he would have had like a flawless discography.
China Doll, I was never really wanting to get that album. I saw it on vinyl. I'm just like,
Yeah, I would have definitely skipped that shit.
Plus, I'm never gonna deny hip hop vinyl and shit.
I will. If somebody killing me with that, I'd be like, no, thank you. I don't need it. I'm not ever gonna play it. You keep that.
Hell, sometimes you might need a sample here and there. You never know.
I don't care what was on it. The whole album was trash. It wasn't a good album. He could have had fucking Takeover on that. It still would have been a bad album.
Is it bad that I think that Lost Ones was slightly overrated?
It was okay, but it ain't no great record.
Yeah, because like I got at the point where he was trying to make on that song. He was talking about his life, but niggas make it out some. Oh, Jay was on some real shit with
Oh,
that one.
come
But
on.
show me what you got. That song slaps. Oh my god. But
That's mediocre shit you talking about, man.
what?
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Lost One, all that shit on Kingdom Come was mediocre. Ain't none of that shit classic. None of that shit is ever gonna be, you know, some of his best work. His best shit was like on his earlier albums. Reasonable Doubt, you know, Volume One, Volume Two, Blueprint. That's his best shit. Black Album.
I actually like 30 something though. 30 something was tough.
It was cool.
Boom, 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 boom. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Come on, that Dre beat. Whew.
Dre should have kept that for himself.
Nah, because if you would kept that for himself, you probably have had Eminem or 50 on that shit. I mean,
50 would have killed that beat, definitely.
50 would have killed it. Yes, he would, but I feel like that's like one of those Drake beats that you have to have like you gotta have that lyrical wizardry on that one.
Eminem was still in his bag, but he was off the drugs at that point.
I don't feel like Eminem would have. I like Eminem, but I don't feel like he would have fit on that beat. To be real,
What year was that? That was like what, 06, 07?
oh 06.
All right, so he was like still working on relapse and recovery.
Yeah. Mind you, he had just came out with that Eminem presents the re-up
Yeah, I didn't like
compilation.
that shit. I didn't like that at
That
all.
was trash.
Did not like that. I remember hearing that shit.
Shit. Let me turn this music down a little bit before YouTube gets on my ass. Y'all ever talk about 50's War Angel LP? Nah.
Nope.
That came out '09. Oh. Death of Auto Tune from Blueprint 3 was fire. It was fire. Blueprint 3 was trash.
Did not like that album.
Trash. The singles was what saved that. It's funny as hell. So I talked to Ann. He said he's down for the Prince B sides and shit.
Why we doing that?
Oh, oh, because we do start the Prince shit next. We can do that later on this month. That's not in a big rush.
That's cool.
I didn't expect to start the Prince that this early, but fuck it.
What else was what was we gonna do? Like all the April and MJG's fucking albums and shit. I was already tired of that shit. I was like, no, no more.
Da, 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 ba, ba, ba. I wanna also do more 70 soul. It's been a while since I've done actually a 70 soul album and shit.
Like what?
Let me think. Maybe some spinners. Maybe
Okay.
like I mentioned, Bloodstone. I mentioned them.
Stylistics.
Oh, definitely stylistics. I know. We did the first album years ago.
Right.
Um, hell, even some funk too. Like I definitely want to do like some early Ohio players, like when they were on Mercury Records, not
Mhm.
Mercury, Westbound. Excuse me. Some Boosie Collins and shit too. I do want to do some. I want to get back on the P Funk reviews. I definitely love the P Funk reviews because I mean when we did the whole P Funk month, I was like that kind of wore me out for a bit.
See, and you do that shit for like a whole month. You start to get tired with that.
Well, I mean, it was just a lot of P Funk albums and shit like that too, you know. Because we did the discography breakdown of Parliament, then Funkadelic, then Boosie Collins, and then George Collins. I mean, not George. I said George Collins. George Clinton's Computer Games album. And I think that same month too, I was working on the Wider Beef with Zap versus Boosie Collins one and shit. Not pioneer founder of Afro Sheen George Johnson to release memoir at 97 years old. Okay, I'm about to send you some funny shit. Hell, maybe some Roy's Voice and shit. What you know about Roy's Voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't always do Mary J. Blige and Beyonce and
Beyonce.
cause when niggas want to do 2000 want R&B, they always want to stick to 90s R&B. They don't want to go
Mm-hmm.
way back. Shit.
Yep.
Hell, I love doing the funk reviews and shit. why I love doing Ronnie. Recommended me to us to do the funk review. So where the hell Ronnie
What
been
happened
at?
to Ronnie? What happened to Ronnie?
Last I heard from him, he was going to some transitioning with his life and shit. Oh wow, someone sent me $12. Oh wow, ooh. I can actually afford that house now. Shit, great. You ever heard "Get Off, Not Get Off"? That's another B side that wasn't on. Yeah, I heard that shit, boss. I heard that. Yeah, man. Honestly, Prince made me listen to all the Prince B sides. It made me actually want to collect singles. To be real with you,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because like when niggas used to drop them singles and shit, if like the 12 inch and shit, of course you know they have the exclusive shit on the B side. Like
Yeah.
Prince was a master outfit,
Hmm.
Gangstar, Public Enemy, definitely Public Enemy,
Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys, De La Soul,
Hmm.
hell on. What's that one? What's that one? I got the Mama Said Knock You Out single and shit. It has a very dope remix on it. Um, the Scandalous EP with the songs. Oh man,
So he was him and Kim was in the studio fucking each other.
yeah.
It's wild,
I'm
man.
so glad I got that single of Prince. I'm so glad I got that one. But my only gripe, like I say, with the hits and the B side, they should have had more parade B sides on the hits
Hmm.
and the B shit. That was what pissed me off. I was like, God damn. Yeah, I know Ant's a big Prince fan. I know he's gonna have a lot of crazy shit. You do. That girl killed it with that outro knowing the Ooh Boy.
Right.
Ooh. She said, I heard a story about Prince did not want to release the Black Album. He claims it was an evil album. Yep, I did a whole review on that album, Q. Check it out on my channel. But Loki, I love the Black Album. I love that Black Album, man. Come on. Prince, I'm sorry, Prince, you should have released that shit. But you want to release Chaos and Disorder and shit, niggas? Like, you want to release Carmen Electra's album, but you don't want to release the Black Album?
Shit.
Come on, Black Album is The Grind.
Hmm.
Fucking Rock Hard in a Funky Place, nigga. Come on. I personally feel like he didn't release it because he felt like it wasn't good. Honestly, that's what I felt.
Who knows,
Because
man?
originally he did that shit for like Sheila E's birthday party
Hmm.
because he wanted to get his black fans back with that album. That's
Man.
what the whole ecstasy
Hmm.
thing. I mean, part of me wants to believe it. Part of me just felt like Prince made up the whole rumor himself. To be real with you, what is your favorite album released on Sony Music? I mean, that's a whole plethora of albums. I mean, Michael Jackson's Thriller. I mean, I know that's just that's the first thing that came up to my mind. That's a whole. But yeah, I guess Michael Jackson Thriller. I guess. What about you, Try?
That's a lot of artists. Uh, Random question. Genuine, 100% Genuine. His second album was great.
I forgot about that album.
Um, there's a lot of artists, man. A lot of artists came from that label.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, definitely can't wait to do the early Jackson 5 reviews too. Can't
Hmm.
wait. Damn, this nigga Poochie still up? What was the first Prince Vault track you heard? That's a very good question. I think on top of my head, it was that one track he did with Angie Stone. You Make My Sunshine from '01. That was a beautiful record right there.
Mm.
Like Prince and that neo soul jazzy kind of vibe. Oh my god, I love that era. Like,
Yeah. Breakfast Can
yeah,
Wait. You like that one?
that was dope. I like that one.
That was good.
Um, Te Amo Carosin, I Love You in Spanish. Ooh, beautiful track.
That was good.
Matter of fact, let me get my Rainbow Children album out. 'Cause that's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a struggle when I try to look for this shit Sunday. Like, I don't understand the hate that Rainbow Children gets. Like, niggas just don't like Prince becoming a Jehovah's Witness. Let's keep it real. And like I said, every since he became a Jehovah's Witness, I feel like all the Prince reviews should be on the Sunday.
Right.
But if it's a but if it's a dope new album that comes out, like highly anticipated, I guess we're gonna have to sit a little bit. Fuck it. God will understand. 'Cause that when that Drain and Sleep album comes out, oh boy. Oh, I still haven't opened this shit too. Look, it's
Oh
still
my
sealed
God.
up.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
What you waiting for, man?
the right moment like this. What is it? 2020? Okay, shit. 2020. Damn.
Mm. That's the re-release.
Yeah, re-release. I think I got this in Barnes and Nobles. One of those stores. I mean, it's a few more people before you head out. Even Cypress Hill Temples of Boom released on Sony. Oh, Temples of Boom, their best album too.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, we still got to talk about the Four album very soon.
Right.
So there was a debate on social media I saw earlier. Drake's Take Care or Kendrick's Mr. Morales, and niggas were actually stumped for that question.
That's crazy.
Because I actually thought about it, I was like, now Take Care was a banger though,
Uh-huh.
but Mr. Morales, ooh,
You know what? Mr. Morales was cool. I'm gonna actually go with the Drake album on this one.
yeah, I have to go with the
That's
Drake
that
album.
that probably might be his best album.
Yeah, I mean, if it was any other Kendrick album, like then
Yeah.
yeah, I'd definitely pick Kendrick. But I like the Mr. Morales. Mr. Morales was very good, but Take Care, ooh,
Hmm. Yep.
and trust me, I'm a Kendrick fan to the day I die. But I had my Drake shit I like. I had my Drake
I
shit I
like
bump
some
to.
of those songs on that album. Not everything.
Yeah. Now, if it was Nothing Was the Same, I would definitely pick Mr. Morales.
Nothing was
But
the same. It
then
was fire too. That was a
I
good album.
never liked Nothing Was the
I
Same.
don't like the fact that he made the whole thing about doing the Wu Tang remix for the joint, and then they never released it.
Yeah, because Inspector Deck was rightfully so. They don't release that shit.
Why even agree to do it in the first place? Then if they didn't fuck with him, why do it?
That's a good question.
You know what type of they would have gotten a lot of backlash if that came out, and Wu Tang fans don't fuck with Drake like that, and vice versa. So what was they trying to gain by doing it?
Good question.
You know,
All right. Romance, I prefer Nothing Was the Same to be real, but I still prefer Take Care. I still fuck with Take Care.
Those to
Non-Reg
me were
Test.
like his best albums. Like nothing was the same. Take care. Thank me later. I like
Oh,
those.
definitely. Thank Me Later is his most lyrical album, in my
I
opinion.
like those joints. So far gone mixtape, the comeback season.
Ooh.
If you're still reading this, it's too late. Those to me was his best projects. After that, when he started doing views and all that other bullshit, I tapped out. Wasn't I think he was making crap. He was making crap since then. He had big hits off of those albums, but overall, those albums was not the same as pun intended. Nothing was the same after that.
I feel like when it comes to Drake's music, people didn't realize the decline happened way earlier than the whole Pusha T beef because after Pusha T wiped his ass with him, he really has not been the same.
Yeah,
But the decline really happened and nothing was the same, to
yeah,
be real with you, because it got less hip hop. Like Take Care, I mean Take Care was like more on that Kanye 808s
hmm
kind of sound,
hmm
but a bit more uplifting than 808s and shit like that because let's be real, there's at least five rap albums in my head that was influenced by 808s and Heartbreak. And Take Care is the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? But nothing was the same. The songs will start to become more gimmick. He was starting dedicating more to the female demographic.
right.
Even though I like the if you're reading this if you're too late. I like
hmm
that joint. That
hmm
might be one of my the last great shit he came out with solo wise. Because a collab with Future
Right.
was fire too. What a time to be
You
alive.
know what?
That was
I actually like that album, even though I don't like Future. But
yeah,
they have good chemistry together.
yeah, man. I mean, Future, like I said, Future when he's not rapping like Courage the Cowardly Dog. When he's rapping, he actually can spit. You know what I'm saying? But to me, what really stood out with Drake and Future was the production. I like the production on that shit.
Yeah, the production was good.
Yo, that because I represent a time like 2015, 2016. I was bumping that Dirty Sprite 2,
Uh-huh.
What a Time to Be Alive. That was like my trap shit I was bumping. I was, and you know me, I'm not the biggest
Uh-huh.
mumble rapper trap fan like that, but
Right.
that Dirty Sprite 2, I'm sorry, I will call that a classic. I'm sorry.
hmm
And I'm not even a Future fan, but I'll call that album a classic. Now everything else, nah, fuck everything else.
What's the journey he had with Mask Off?
I think that came from one of the mixtapes, but they threw it. I know they threw it on Dirty Sprite 2 as a bonus track.
Yeah, Mask Off was dope. I like that joint.
I love fuck up some commas though. Ooh, that beat though.
hmm
Fuck up some commas. Fuck up some commas. Yeah. I remember when I was. I remember when I was in college and I had got my refund. I was blasting that motherfucker and shit. I was like,
hmm
oh man, y'all couldn't tell me nothing and shit. More Life is underrated in my opinion. He had a good rap joint. I didn't like him. See, I didn't like More Life.
I ain't like nothing on here. That shit was too long.
Hmm. I'm gonna end this off right here because I gotta be up in a few hours. But yeah, man. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. it's gonna be like a Quoto Quincy Jones tree because we're gonna talk about Tamia's first album, then do our favorite hip hop samples. Well, yeah, let's do hip hop samples from Quincy Jones and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we can be. It doesn't necessarily be like a Quincy Jones song. It can be anything he produced. Like
Right.
if you want to throw Michael Jackson shit, some Tevin Campbell shit, or anything like that too, then by all means, no.
hmm
Um, I don't know what time Sunday. I'm gonna get my schedule maybe Friday and shit, but definitely Sunday we're gonna start our Prince coverage on Artist Sunday. Start us on the Rainbow Children. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be definitely a fun one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for right now. Anything you want to say before we get up?
I don't know. I might do a live or record some shit. This week before the end of the week.
Okay. All right. Well, other than that, y'all catch us next week Wednesday when we do Meteoria and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Meteora,
Meteora,
Meteora.
Meteora. I really can't wait to talk about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it as usual. I'll see y'all niggas later. Peace.
Peace.